What is up, POW fam? And my name is Paul Emmanuel Alvarados, aka Pawn POW, and welcome to round number 2 recap of FIDE Candidates 2026 here at Pawn POW, a chess series of Pawn POW. That's kind of weird to say that, but yeah. So, recapping the FIDE Candidates 2026 round number 2, all games ends up in a draw, and I was scrolling on social media, there's no player of the day, but when I was checking the article on FIDE's website, they were like talking about the 2025 FIDE World Cup champion, FIDE Women's World Cup champion Divya on a notable game, I guess, against her co-countrymate Vaishali Rameshbabu. Okay, so this one is for the FIDE Women's Candidates Tournament that's happening in parallel on the FIDE Candidates. So, alright, so we're just gonna find out how this thing goes and yeah. Okay, so let's take a look. So Divya is playing white and Vaishali is playing black, and then Divya begins with pawn to c4, e6, knight c3, d5, d4, h6, c takes, e takes, bishop f4, okay, good, still, okay, c6, e3, bishop d6, and then they exchange, and then bishop d3, knight to e7, queen to c2, alright, I think readying up in this diagonal, castles, knight f3, knight to d7, and then castles again, knight to f6, h3, g6, rook ab1, okay, so still nothing much yet, but yeah, alright, pawn to a5, knight to a4. Okay, there goes bishop f5, now threatening with this diagonal, bishop, queen, and rook, so this bishop had to stay here to avoid, I suppose. Knight to c5, queen c7, so rook fc1, knight to d7, knight goes to a4, rook fe8, knight c3, and then queen goes to d6, knight e2, queen goes back to f6, and then knight f4, bishop takes, knight takes, and then knight f5, pawn to b4, knight d6, a4, okay, queen to e7, and then they exchange, rook to b4, rook ea8, rook cb1, rook 8 a7, queen to b3, okay, so far nothing notable has gone to it, but yeah, let's say queen d8, knight fe5, king g7, queen to d1, it's just normal or something, queen e7, queen b3, queen d8, queen d1, okay, so it's now kind of a repetition, alright, let's see. Oh, instead of Divya going queen d3, queen b3 again, and just like this it would have been a draw, and if they done this one more time, that's gonna be a draw. So what else? If he goes, yeah, she goes knight takes d7 instead, and then queen goes to take it, and then knight c5, queen goes back, queen f3, knight to e4, and then there's rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, knight g5. So knight g5 tries to avoid for this f7 pawn to be taken. So as you can see, they're threatening that. So I was something like, yeah, and also at the same time attacking the queen. And in what I've heard, hold on, what I've heard about that, okay, so what am I saying is that about, okay, so let's find out what was it. It's on the day of Missed Moments in Glory in the article of the FIDE Candidates, so let's find out what was it. Because knight g5, there's something about this move, queen g3, but I think in their post-game press conference, I suppose, in Divya, I mean, it says like following a queen exchange, could have done queen g4, so Divya would have emerged with a clean extra pawn and excellent winning chances in the end game So I was not sure what to do after queen goes to g4. I thought my position was very bad, so that's admitted for Vaishali. It could have done queen g4 and then probably takes, and then how many pawns? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 pawn up for Divya. So she wasn't sure that what to do after queen g4, and she thought her position was very bad. That's what admitted. So I think Divya opted for queen g3, which is a bad move, and then it just allows rook takes. If the game, yeah, that was rook takes, and then queen e5, king h7, rook b8, rook c1 goes to check, king h2, and it appears that white is winning. The black queen is under attack, and mate on h8 is looming. So hold on, yeah, threatening mate right over here. That would have been a trick or something. So the black queens are h8 looming. However, Vaishali had foreseen a technical resource Divya walked straight into. So in this position, Vaishali Rameshbabu sacrificed this. Queen takes h3, sacrificing the queen to avoid this such bummer in this checkmate over here. So in that, after Divya walks straight into queen takes h3, so Vaishali Rameshbabu goes queen takes h3, check, and the only thing to do is g takes h3, and then after which black regains the queen and comfortably holds the resulting rook endgame. Oh, whoa, hold on. I think that was a, it says it's a good move, but I think it's a brilliant move, I suppose, because after with this queen takes h3, she's going to take it, and then there's gonna be a check. So like g takes h3, and then knight to f3. Look at that! Wow, it's a forced move. It's the only move you can do in this position. G takes h3, and then knight goes to f3, and then there's the attack. There's the attack. Knight e5 to like knight, or should I say knight f3, and then there's a double attack, which prevents checkmate in this position right over here. So king goes to e2, g2, knight takes d takes rook a1 and rook a8, and that's pretty much it because it's a draw. But is it even a draw? Like, I mean, there could be a passed pawn. Oh, there's two passed pawns, so it's like somewhat. Probably the king might want to. Hold on. The king might want to go in this position right over here, and then this one wants to go in this square to avoid the promotion. So, and there's one more over here about that pawn trying to push forward about that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So here, Divya Dashmukh and Rameshbabu Vaishali their game ends in a draw, and everybody in the women's candidates still are the current leaders. Everybody had 1 point each. That is crazy. Wow. If I would be streaming that, I would be so tired by now. Especially if it's Holy Week or something, yeah. So, Divya Dashmukh, all 8 again are currently 1 point now. And then for the FIDE candidates, still Javokir Sindarov, Fabiano Caruana, and who's the other one? Rameshbabu Pragnananda had 1.5 points each because all of the players in the round 2 in the FIDE candidates ends up drawing the game. So we're 1/7 of the way done. So I'm looking forward for round 3 that's gonna happen later tonight in around just an hour, 8:30 in the evening Philippine time. That's 3:30 in Cyprus. So look forward to that. Check that out on FIDE Chess official YouTube channel. So that's pretty much it for our post-game analysis for round number 2 of the FIDE Candidates 2026 held in Cyprus. here at Pawn POW, a chess series of Pawn POW. Thank you so much for watching, POW fam. Don't forget to subscribe on our main channel, Pawn POW, and on our vlog channel, POW Vlogs, and follow us well on Facebook, as we are also seen on Facebook. And for more fun at the Galaxy, check us out on Twitch, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and on Blue Sky. And tomorrow, we're going to take a look on the third round of the FIDE candidates and who will be the player of the day, or we're just going to search out whose game is kind of notable in the article or something. So that's pretty much it. Okay? So, yeah, this has been Pawn POW, Arena FIDE Master, Regional Arbiter, and 12-time Wheeler of the Week, saying so long here at the Galaxy.